we'll record on Monday or Tuesday, give me a day to edit, and then put it up on Thursday. So that it'll be up when you guys play on Thursdays.
Gotcha.
Which means, welcome back to episode 8 of the Panther Soccer Podcast, the Lizzie Muse episode. Before we get into Lizzie Muse, this is Ashley Harrington.
Hello.
My favorite player. For biased reasons and unbiased reasons. Ashley, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. You know, I'm a little sore, but that's to be expected. We're in the preseason grind, and it's going well so far.
2 practices a day, and
Yeah.
lifting every now and then,
Yeah.
as said at the banquet,
Yeah.
or whatever it was. A waste, not
Watch
a waste
party.
of time. Watch party, power outage,
Yeah.
yay, not a waste of time, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was, we didn't actually watch any soccer, but,
We got to socialize, talk with a lot of different people.
yeah, exactly. So what do you have to say about Lizzie Muse? Our first player we're talking about that's not on the team anymore. Lizzie Muse.
What a goofball. She's still my roommate, actually, so she's still kind of like in the team, but not really, so she still gets kind of all the tea, but she's an awesome person, love her to death, and gosh, goofball, very dependable person, just caring, loving, and obviously a great soccer player too, so I'm going to miss her tons.
Yeah, you pretty much covered it. I was going to say she's a massive goofball and says a few things out of pocket from time to time, but...
Yeah, has quite a few odd things that she eats. Like right now she's in the phase of cottage cheese. I think she eats 7 tubs a week. So she averages like a tub of cottage cheese a day. But yeah, very interesting.
I can't judge. Yikes. Oh, no. Okay. That's going to be fun to edit later. Anyways, so stop talking about Lizzie Muse. Oh, no. Let's get into you. Who is Ashley Harrington according to you?
Ashley, I'm a person, obviously, but
Debatable.
yeah, debatable, right? No, I'm a senior here at UNI. I'm a physics major with computer science and math minors, and I also play on the UNI soccer team, and I'm a attacking mid or forward, depending on what coach wants. So kind of just do whatever is on the table, and have a good time here.
Wow, that was very humble. I like that. That's like, okay. So like, relating to your major, I felt like you had by far the most unique summer out of like anyone that I know. Like,
Yeah.
tell the viewers, where were you this past summer?
I was at Louisiana State University, so in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the whole summer.
Did you meet Joe Burrow?
I did not. I mean, I saw his plaque outside of the stadium, but that's about it. That's as far as I got.
Okay, that's fair. So
Yeah.
Baton Rouge, right?
Baton Rouge,
Oh,
yeah.
hang on. Okay, good. So like, what was the purpose of you going to Louisiana State this past summer?
Yeah, so my future right now, I was kind of a physics major, and I was trying to think of things that I want to do in the future. There are 2 different things that I'm interested in, nuclear physics and medical physics. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to look for an opportunity this summer that can incorporate either one of those. And I initially started applying to, they call them research universities, all over the states. I wanted to try and get out of Iowa if I could, because I want to explore different things. And with having to choose a specialty, both of those mean that I have to go to grad school. So I have to kind of get research in, as well as just kind of something on my resume. Because I previously worked at John Deere as an engineer, but I realized that I didn't want to do that anymore. So now I got the research opportunity at Louisiana State for medical physics. A very niche field. I didn't know it was a thing that existed, but it does. They primarily exist in cancer centers across the states and other things, but they deal with imaging, they deal with radiation treatments, so like if you have cancer, dealing with trying to combat that, just a lot of different things that, like medical machines, it's basically the science behind it and how it works. So was able to find an opportunity at Louisiana State where I could work within their kind of department of medical physics, their graduate department, and I worked on a machine called Gamma Knife, which is a form of radiosurgery, so radiation treatment for the brain. And they had some issues where the medical physicist on staff basically you lock somebody in so that their head can't move, and they have to stay in that position for 1 to 3 hours of treatment, and they have 1.5 millimeters that they're allowed to move. If they move over that, then it's like a whole situation where they're wasting time. So my job was to try and find or design something that could combat that so that they can't move that 1.5 millimeters. So I designed something, 3D printed it, and it's kind of in the processing stage of getting used in the cancer center that's associated with LSU.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
She does amaze as well. What? So, what you're doing is making a better future. That's awesome.
Trying to, but we'll see. But yeah, no, I've definitely I realized, yes, I want to do medical physics now, so I kind of narrowed down the decision. So I'm going to be applying to PhD programs for medical physics this semester, so that's going to be a whole whirlwind.
If you could choose, what school would you prefer to go to for that?
So medical physics is it's a very interesting community in terms of what the top schools are and what are not top schools. So I'd say top 3 right now, or top 4. I'll give 4. LSU, MD Anderson, UCLA, and Purdue.
Purdue in Indiana, or
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I know there's multiple.
Yep.
Okay. That's not the answer I expected, but that was awesome.
Thanks.
That's good for you. So okay, you covered a lot.
Yeah.
So outside of the research,
yeah.
What's your favorite part of living in Louisiana for 3 months?
Yeah, it was around 2-3 months. I'll start with my least favorite, and then I'll kind of end it positive.
Right.
The worst part was the weather. It was humid. I mean, it was 96% humidity when I woke up, and we'd have to work out at 7 a.m. So, and it's 85 degrees already. So, I mean, you're breathing in a wet rag, so I was dying basically all the times I had to do conditioning. But besides the weather and how bad that was, I mean, the people, the food, the culture, everything is just amazing. I love Cajun food and Creole food. Oh, it's to die for. So, loved it.
You're making me hungry. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So, hypothetically, if LSU offered you a transfer spot for your senior year of soccer, would you have taken it?
Maybe.
The answer is no.
I don't think so. I mean, I did train with 2 of their girls about a week or 2 before I left, but I think that I want to end my time here playing soccer, especially going into a pretty rigorous program for schooling, and I've enjoyed my time here, and I want to go out with a bang. So.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, after all, you are. I feel like your future is very bright. What you're doing is really cool and just beyond anything I could do. So, I guess leading into that, so obviously, UNI soccer, they had, what was it, the highest ever average GPA they've ever had this past year?
Something around there, yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different team. But, so, and obviously you have to have a pretty high GPA to get into PhDs and all that. So, what does your day look like as a student athlete? How do you manage time between being a student and an athlete? Because I know there's a lot of athletes, not calling out the football team or anything, calling out the football team here. They don't know how to handle it, because a lot of them have below 2.0s and just party it up. But I feel I mean, for what you're trying to do, you have to maintain a very high GPA. So what does your day look like during the school year?
First of all, I'll say being a student athlete is not an easy task. If I didn't love the sport, I wouldn't do it, that's for sure. It's just a lot on your body, it's a lot mentally, and then obviously school-wise, you have to balance that too. But my typical day, I would say, so depends on when practice is. Usually we have an afternoon practice, and then it also depends on my school schedule. I think this semester I have early morning classes and then one afternoon class on Tuesday, Thursday. So usually I'll go to class. I won't wake up earlier than what I have to, even though I have an 8 a.m. scheduled Monday, Wednesday, Friday, which is gonna suck. But I go to class and then take time to eat, do whatever, and then typically, like before practice, I usually get treatment. So that means that like if I have a knock or some sort of issues, like my hamstrings have always been an issue for the past season and a half. So I'm like, I'm just not gonna risk it. I heat my legs before, stretch a lot before. So I mean that takes an hour and a half of time before you practice. Then you practice, and then you have after practice, which we do ice baths, recovery, all that stuff. And then usually grab dinner, shower, all that stuff, and then nighttime is when I usually do my homework. But for me, most importantly, the most important thing for me is sleep in terms of recovery and then being able to have a clear mind. And so sometimes I'm like, I'm capping out my school time. I have to go to sleep. Like I need 8 hours. If I get less than 7 hours, you'll know because I'll be grumpy. I'm not a happy camper. It's not good. So, yeah, my roommates will tell you that. I try to kind of put a facade on sometimes.
Oh no.
But yeah, no, it's sometimes I'll have a little bit of time in between classes where I'll do homework or anything like that. But I'll usually either go home to do it or stick around. They have like a physics lounge and kind of chill there with the other physics nerds and stuff. So I am a nerd. I embrace the nerd.
That's good. Good for you. I think you're the second player I've ever heard themselves call themselves a nerd, because Lauren Heinz did.
Oh yeah. No, we nerded up.
Oh no.
But yeah, I mean, I think that our team's success in terms of GPA is just like we have a standard set by the coaches, but also everybody wants to hold that standard as well. It's not just a coach that set the standard; it's the players want to uphold that. And they also, when you come in as a freshman, they make you do study tables. And what that means is I can't remember the amount of hours, but there's a certain amount of hours a week that you have to go in, and you have to study and do homework and all that stuff at a specific place, and you have to lock them for our athletics department. So that's another thing. And they also do that if you drop below a certain GPA as well. So some of the football players or wrestlers or anybody that kind of dips below that, they are mandatory to do that. So that's why I think over the years you've kind of seen their GPA rise just a little bit. It's because they're starting to kind of put more effort for it. At least wrestling, I know that there was a huge push. So.
Yeah, you gotta feel bad for wrestlers, because like I feel like the concussion rate for that sport is so high. So
yeah,
for some of them, they can't really help it that
yeah,
doing well in school, but it is what it is. But
yeah,
I didn't realize you guys had study rooms like mandatory as like freshmen. No, it's
yeah.
probably for the best, because going into your freshman year of college, like it's just an eye opener. Like there's so many more opportunities for like fun, and you're away from your parents, and it can lead to a lot of stupid decisions. So
oh yeah,
it's
How do I study? How do I take notes? What do I do with this time? So
right.
It's all taken care for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's just right there for you.
Yeah.
So leading into the team now, you're the captain. Like, or maybe one of the captains. I don't know.
Kinda.
I've only.
I still don't know.
Well, you wore the captain's band.
Yeah,
for,
but
Iowa
it's
State.
kind of a tricky situation. But
We allowed to talk about that?
yeah, we can talk
we
about
are?
it. Yeah.
Look at that exclusive interview for all 50 viewers.
Yeah.
Our view count is down.
That's
I'll edit
okay.
that part out. No, I won't. Anyways, what do you mean by it's a tricky situation?
Okay, so before we left for the spring, so after the last school year, we all elected for leadership council. So that is basically your leaders of the team. You have 2 people from each class that are represented, except for the freshmen, which we are yet to vote. We will vote at some point. We kind of have to get a feel for who they are, the people, and who they represent, and what they embody.
Cheeto is going to attack the camera. Daisy in the top.
Oh! Hey, Cheeto. But so we as a team were able to vote on certain people that we thought would embody leaders within our class and would represent the team well. And so I was elected for that by the team, and then we hadn't really talked much about captains, because usually the way that captains are elected are you have the leadership council, and then the coaches pick captains off of that. However, when I found out that I was wearing the captain's armband probably an hour before the game. So
yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, he kind of was just like, actually, you're gonna captain us today. So
no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. So
I get that coin flip right. Is there even a coin flip?
There is a coin flip,
okay.
Coin toss. Yeah, but usually the opposing team calls the toss, so you just kind of go with whatever they say.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta stand there and intimidate them a little bit.
Oh yeah, wish them luck, give them a nasty eye sometimes.
I mean, in all fairness, when it comes to intimidation, I feel like you're the most intimidating player on the team.
How am I the most intimidating player on the
kidding?
team? I don't think I'm intimidating.
Have you not? When Jay Lee took over the PSP story, she was like going up to like different players on the bus before the game,
Yeah.
and you gave the dirtiest look. You're just like, oh, I wonder what Ashley's listening to, and you're just like,
oh,
like
well,
headphones
that's
on.
different. That's me in my zone. And
Right.
by the way, I'm listening to literally relaxing music. Like, literally the stuff that I study to and fall asleep to is the same stuff that I listen to before games.
I'm calling bullshit on that one, but
You can ask anybody. You can ask anybody. I'm serious. That is literally what I listen to. Because if I listen to stuff that amps me up too much, I freak out. Like, I get too nervous. Like, the adrenaline and everything with playing a game mixed with either caffeine or just nerves or amped up anything. I don't do caffeine before games unless it's like way before it, or I don't do crazy music unless it's in the locker room, then I'll sing along. But I gotta be relaxed because that's when I play my best.
so you're not gonna pull a Megan Bennington and drink?
Oh
three?
no,
Three?
I'm not drinking charged up before a game.
Did she drink 3 of them?
Yeah, I think she almost had a gram of caffeine in her, which is technically an NCAA violation, but we don't talk about that.
Not as just exposing of UNI soccer of cheating.
Hey.
It's fine.
No, she's fine. She played great. That's all that matters.
Yeah, because that was the Illinois State game, right?
Yeah, she started.
Yeah,
She
they played
didn't-
it all 90 minutes.
Yeah, she didn't know that she was starting until
Yep.
the 10, so like an hour before the game as well.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
it's awkward.
yeah, love Benny. She did great though. So it was awesome.
Are we gonna call Benny out for trying, get her on the podcast?
Yeah, I think Benny. I think you need to come on. Explain yourself a little bit.
Yeah. So Megan Bennington, if you're watching this, we need you on the podcast.
Love you, Benny.
I don't.
What's that?
Our lovely producer Lexi Lance, how much time have we gone through?
18 minutes and 38 seconds.
This is terrible. I shouldn't have interviewed you. No, I'm
Why?
kidding. It was a joke. I said that with Caroline and Jay Lee as well.
Oh.
That's a joke.
Oh, okay.
It's a joke. So do you feel like any pressure of back to the captain thing, I'm sorry.
No,
Do you feel any pressure that knowing that your teammates are now looking up to you for guidance, for wisdom, especially your freshman
I
players?
don't think so. I think if anything, I think myself as a leader mostly by example. I think that I like to carry myself the way that I want people to perceive me and the way that I want to be as a person, and then player comes after that as well. So I think that me just being myself and then kind of guiding others to, we're reading the energy bus right now, so having your players jump on your bus and everybody's on the same page is basically the way it is. So I think that I already have a decent amount of respect with the team, and that when I say something, I'm not saying it to be funny, I'm not saying it to be light, like I'm saying it with purpose. And I think that with my respect and everything that people have given me, I think that kind of just embodying that role and having an armband, I don't think it matters in terms of what I'm going to say or what I'm not. I think that just me being myself, I would be in a leadership role with or without the band. So I don't really feel too terribly much pressure with it. It's just kind of me being myself. And then you have something on your arm to show it.
That's valid. All right, so I guess now we're winding down. All right, so in the script I sent to you, I said the Jaylee Hicklin special,
Oh boy.
which means I'm gonna explain well this now as we're recording. Now is part of the show where I like to call it the Jaylee Hicklin special,
Oh boy.
where I ask you questions, just random questions that, because Jaylee Hicklin did this to Caroline, and I thought it was a great
no.
idea.
Oh no.
Don't worry, they won't be as bad as the questions that Jaylee asked. Jaylee? No, I'm kidding. That was me. I had to make some edits.
Oh gosh.
Because of some of her questions. Anyways, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is like a light blue. Not quite baby blue, but almost there.
It's very detailed.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a huge like color person. I usually wear neutrals, so like just kind of whatever's appealing to the eye, and that's kind of what I think is appealing.
Fair enough. Where are you from?
From Ankeny, Iowa. So good old Ankeny, kind of close to Des Moines area.
Oh, wait, no. Shoot. I just thought of a really good question, actually. That's not part of it. Oh, well. Anyways, so, like, what other school options did you have during the recruiting process?
Yeah, so I had a few, but my main three that it came down to were UNI, UMKC, which is Missouri, Kansas City,
We played
and
them
then
and beat
Iowa
them.
State.
Iowa State?
Yeah.
Thank God you didn't choose those bastards.
I know.
I have to edit that part out as well. Shoot. Anyways, what team are you looking forward to playing against this year?
I think for me, Indiana State, and that's mainly because I have a lot of old club teammates on that team, and that's my favorite game. Like, just playing my friends and being able to see them after the game. But if I'm talking about, like, rivalry and, like, I want to get into this game, it's obviously Drake. There's just no other. Drake is the in-state rival. I know that you guys love South Dakota, but Drake's where it's at.
We don't love South Dakota. We hate them.
No, but you love that game. Like, you amp it up a lot.
Yeah, it's too bad. That's a Thursday game on the road. Could have made it full circle if we would have made it a Sunday game.
Hey, you asked Bruce about that.
You know what? I will. Tomorrow. Shoot. This episode's being released on Monday. Today is Thursday, the day before the Clark game. Tomorrow, I will ask him about that.
Yeah.
After the Clark game.
Yeah.
Me and Cheeto, because we're not holding a student section. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Drake game as well, because we have a special surprise for it.
Oh boy. Should I be scared? Yeah.
Anyways, how do you think the season's going to go? Like, what are the expectations?
I think it's going to go really well. I think we have a solid group just in terms of without the freshmen. I think that ending the spring, we did really well. We were pretty solid. And I think that with the freshmen added, they have a lot of talent. And I think that we have a lot of depth within our team. I mean, you were there when we played Iowa State.
Yep.
And I think that we clicked really well. We were able to combine and play the type of soccer and the style of soccer that Bruce wants us to play, and that, I mean, at least I love to play, which is on the ground. You get a lot more opportunities. And so it was, I mean, it's upsetting that we lost, but I think that it was really encouraging to start out a season, especially after only practicing together for 6 days. So.
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah, I really liked, oh my gosh, I should know her name. Olivia Bolt.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with her. Like, because I feel like your first ever college soccer game, it was a preseason game, doesn't count, thank the Lord. Jaylee promised me an undefeated season, so
Yeah.
we're still undefeated.
Okay, yeah, we are.
According to the record.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, like, they put her at center back, which was shocking to me, because that's Allison's and Maddie Soleric's spot.
Mhm.
But she just seemed calm and content. Like, she didn't...
She didn't panic.
You're right.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
She's really solid. I think that we need more players that are able to step into a role and be confident, solid, and not necessarily freak out, but not panic when they're put in high stress situations. And I think she did exactly that. So yeah.
Fair enough.
Yep.
I have no clue what else to ask. What would Spencer ask? I feel like he would ask something dumb. Oh, what's it like being from the Des Moines area? Not the Spencer question.
You know, I like Des Moines area. You know, you get the best of both worlds. You get the cornfields, and then you also get the city. You know, what's not to like? You're in Iowa. What else are you gonna? What else are you gonna have?
Plus you got, Adventureland right in the backyard.
Yeah. I still haven't been on the Dragon Slayer, that new ride or whatever.
I have no idea.
They replaced the dragon with the Dragon Slayer.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, Oh, you've been on it?
Good? Okay.
Our lovely producer has been on it, because you were there for a bachelorette party.
Yes, I was. It was really good.
Yeah. The bachelorette party for the wedding that I refused to go to. So, if you were to say, like, where exactly UNI soccer is going to finish, like, where do you think we're going to finish in the conference standings?
Well, 1, obviously.
1?
That's the right answer. No ifs, ands, or buts. So, yeah, we have to be confident, and we have to be on our, like, we have to be just, like, cutthroat, because, I mean, I don't know if you saw, but UIC beat Northwestern. And Northwestern...
It's a Big Ten school.
And they're ranked in the nation, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
So, UIC is a big contender, and they're going to be gunning for us, especially after the end of their season. So, that, there's obviously a lot of other great teams within our conference. I think Indiana State just tied Purdue. So, we have a lot of major contenders, but I think that's the way our conference is. So, I think that we're a solid team, and I think that we can compete, and I think that we can end up on top.
There we go, but that's concerning. UIC beat Northwestern.
Yeah.
Well, preseason, but still.
Yeah.
Still, Big Ten school. Yeah. That's September 21st. That'll be the day of a wedding rehearsal. Should I skip that as well? No? Lexi's saying no, I shouldn't skip Joe's wedding.
Probably not if it's a close friend.
Yeah, he was a good friend in high school.
Yeah.
Who's probably watching this, which means I'll have to edit this part out as well.
Oh, I was going to say hello, but...
Oh, say hello to Joe. Joe
Hi,
wrote
Joe.
for me. Joe, I'm not skipping your wedding. You're in my wedding as well, so... Yeah. He's like...
That's the only reason why, apparently.
Well, no. No.
You dug yourself that hole.
I'm not skipping your wedding. Not going to say anything else, because Lexi knows what I was about to say.
Oh, gosh.
Anyways, any last words, any comments, concerns, any suggestions for the Panthers soccer prowlers?
No, I think you guys are doing a great job, and we really appreciate all the support. It means a ton to us just to have people there supporting us, and not just like parents or other athletes. It's genuine fans of our team, and I think that means a lot. So, Thanks. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we're a pretty rowdy bunch and do stupid things like start a podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ashley, for being a part of this podcast.
Thanks for having me on.
This is a really weird episode, but...
Got to talk about cottage cheese.
We gotta talk about your time in Louisiana and how we're gonna beat cancer and...
Yeah.
Not quite, but...
And win the season.
Oh, yeah. If we don't, just don't finish second, for the love of God. Have you seen the episode with me and Caroline?
No, I haven't.
Anyways.
I don't know if I should watch it now.
Well, no, you should. It's a good episode. But basically, I just beg her, do not finish second. If that means we have to lose losing to Illinois State, that would suck. If that means we have to lose to Illinois State the last day to make sure we finish third rather than second, do it. Because I do not want to finish second.
Second is the worst place to end.
Because, even though you get 2 weeks of a bye, you still don't get any home games. And I think that's so dumb.
Yeah.
Because third and fourth get a home game.
Yeah.
Or series of home games, because, the neutral location, because you guys played in Chicago.
Yeah.
Why? Why? Anyways.
We lucked out on that. USC has a beautiful field. So.
Yeah, I'll rant about it once cameras are off. Anyways, thanks again, Ashley, for... I can't speak. Thanks again, Ashley, for being a part of the podcast. Anyone else you want to call out that should be on this show?
I'd say Morgan Barnett.
I was just thinking that.
I almost brought her. I almost
brought
her.
I was almost about to message you, being like, because I know she talked to me, or not talked to me. Your mom forced a conversation between me and Morgan, trying to get her on the podcast.
Yeah. She might hit. No, not might. She will give you a lot of sarcasm. That's just Morgan. But
yeah, I found that out.
She's awesome.
From the documentary.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, this season we're gonna win a lot,
Yes.
as said by Ashley Harrington. We need to end this podcast. See you guys next time for episode 9, where Spencer and I preview the season and preview the game for Viterbo, where we're gonna give away 100 free scarves.
Whoa.
No, actually.
Wow.
100 free
crazy.
scarves. Yep. We're pulling out all the stunts for this season.
Look at that. So get your free scarf.
Get your free scarf. The Turbo, Saturday. Be there. She's gonna play like a stud, and we're gonna win the championship. A ring.
Yes.
Ring chasing. Panther soccer prowlers. Cut the camera.